DonaldTPhillips, Lincoln on Leadership, Executive Strategies for Tough Times. Welcome to the summary of Lincoln on Leadership, Executive Strategies for Tough Times by DonaldTPhillips. This book explores the leadership qualities and strategies of one of the most remarkable leaders in history, President Abraham Lincoln. As you delve into the summary, you'll discover the key tactics Lincoln employed, such as persuasion to unite people, masterful communication, careful consideration before bold action, spotting talent and fostering innovation. Recognizing the importance of both consistent action and flexibility, Lincoln skillfully balanced these qualities, ultimately leading his administration to victory and healing the wounds of the American Civil War. Join us in uncovering these vital leadership lessons that transcend time and are as applicable in today's corporate world as they were in the chaos of the 1860s.
The power of persuasion in leadership. Abraham Lincoln's leadership style proved that persuasive communication is more effective than coercion. Through his ability to preach, persuade, and encourage, Lincoln inspired a loyal following among the Union Army and the common citizen. He used his gift of persuasion in his public speeches and personal dealings by appealing to the shared beliefs and values of his audience. His famous speech attacking pro-slavery politicians showcased his ability to craft a well-argued rhetoric that won over the American people and hugely influenced his presidency. He also motivated his subordinates by making them feel like partners rather than inferiors. Lincoln's leadership teaches us that great leaders use persuasive communication to inspire and reinforce their team's commitment to their shared goals. The Art of Communication by Lincoln. In the book, The Secret of Great Leadership, the author looks at how Abraham Lincoln mastered the art of communication in three crucial areas, which made him an expert communicator. Firstly, Lincoln was a superb public speaker who mastered the ability to speak to large audiences through preparation. He wrote full texts in advance, and continuously edited them, ensuring he had the best quality speech. Secondly, Lincoln used stories and imagery to communicate complex information with people from different backgrounds, making him equally adept at interpersonal communication. Lastly, he understood that silence was as effective as speech and knew when not to speak. By limiting his public speaking engagements in his presidential re-election campaign, he saved himself from the possibility of alienating voters who already knew his record from his first term. Through an intuitive understanding of communication, Lincoln became a successful leader and an effective communicator. Lincoln's strategic leadership. Abraham Lincoln's success as a strategic leader during the American Civil War was a result of his careful consideration of every possible scenario before making a decision. Faced with the dilemma of whether to resupply Fort Sumter, Lincoln weighed the pros and cons and acted boldly, ultimately strengthening his political position and gaining victory in the war. By taking the time to consider his options intelligently, Lincoln avoided rushing into decisions that could have had negative consequences. This approach to leadership serves as an inspiration to leaders in all fields, showing that careful, strategic thinking and bold action can lead to success even in the most difficult of circumstances. Finding the right staff. Modern leaders cannot be everywhere at once and require assistance to manage their business effectively. Leaders can use a modern technique known as a honeymoon period to identify staff who possess initiative and effectiveness. The staff can be given 3 to 6 months to showcase their ability, and if they prove themselves unworthy, new staff can be awarded the chance to fill the role. Abraham Lincoln, for example, found General Ulysses S. Grant after discarding ineffective generals using the trial period technique. Grant's initiative and self-motivation helped him find like-minded generals, leading to critical victories. Trial periods are essential in helping leaders find staff who can use their own initiative and also provide a chance for personnel to showcase their skill set. Lincoln's innovations. Abraham Lincoln's presidency was marked with immense interest in technological advancements and innovations. He was the only president to have held a patent for his invention of a boat-lifting method. Lincoln's strategic approach towards finding and implementing breakthroughs led to remarkable feats in warfare technology. His determination to acquire and analyze new technologies led him to evaluate an array of inventions, including hot air balloons for spying, flamethrowers, and rockets. Despite enduring challenges from military commanders, Lincoln remained persistent in introducing new weapons such as rifles into warfare, which played a significant role in the Union's success in the Civil War. Lincoln also had an open-door policy that gave inventors and business people the opportunity to present him with new ideas to help the war effort. Lincoln's embrace of innovation paved the way for technological development and contributed to his administration's overall victory. Balancing flexibility and stability. Modern business leaders must balance adaptability with consistency to succeed. Creating a stable base through consistency, such as clear expectations for staff, enables leaders to implement radical change effectively. Consistency in actions and criteria builds confidence and comfort with roles and workloads. Abraham Lincoln's success during the Civil War exemplifies how this balance can be achieved through consistent actions and expectations of performance. Balancing the need for change with stability and consistency is vital for effective leadership. The power of forgiveness. Abraham Lincoln's forgiving and lenient approach set an example of mercy and trust in his presidency. Despite the punishment for desertion from the Union Army being death during the Civil War, he pardoned many young men who ran away, showing his followers and enemies alike that he was ready to forgive mistakes. Lincoln's approach encouraged his generals to pursue bold strategies and take risks, as they knew they would be protected from adverse criticism if they failed. His forgiving nature also benefited his enemies, as he reassured a group of Confederates that they would remain unharmed if they promised to stay faithful in the future. By forgiving the mistakes of both his staff and his enemies, Lincoln fostered trust and honesty in his administration, ultimately helping to heal the biggest rift in U.S. history. In fact, Lincoln granted more pardons than any other president in U.S. history, building a reputation for mercy that inspired loyalty and strengthened his leadership.
We hope you enjoyed this insightful journey into the leadership strategies embodied by Abraham Lincoln. To recap, key takeaways from the book include prioritizing persuasion to create loyalty, honing communication skills in public, interpersonal, and silent contexts, meticulously weighing options before making bold decisions, employing a trial period to identify and retain talent, embracing and fostering technological innovations, and striking a balance between consistency and flexibility for successful organization management. Additionally, Lincoln's approach to building trust through forgiveness and leniency proved invaluable in both motivating his staff and paving the way for reconciliation in a divided nation. By incorporating these timeless strategies in your own leadership endeavors, you too can navigate through tough times and inspire people around you.